Hello, ActiveSage here on the Sage channel, and today I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys a reworked version of my Sage station. I've gone ahead and done a whole lot of improvements to it since the previous version was, well, back prior to the solar panels, back to before the glass, the conveyors, a lot of stuff, really. If you want to see the old version, there should be an annotation somewhere on the screen, probably in the top left, so you can click on that and go back and see the old version to compare it to this one. But I'll start off on this new one. A few things you might notice right away from the outside is, of course, the windows here have been replaced with the nice glass that we have now. If you fly down here, you'll also pretty quickly realize there's, well, very obviously, solar panels sticking down here to give the station some power. Not enough to run its base functions, but enough to keep it going if you really needed to. Probably run the respawn bay, the gravity generator, and a few lights, probably, if you just went through and shut down everything else off. And then we also have these here. The connectors don't fully work yet. They just, spit stuff out. But hopefully in the future, I believe small ships are supposed to be able to run up to and actually connect into that hole, or large ships into that one. So I'm thinking it's just future-proofed, basically. It's all hooked into a large storage crate that's located right there. I'll show you that once I get inside. And down here, one last thing to show on the outside would be this small storage crate right here. And if we pop that open, you can see it brings up access to everything inside the whole station. This is basically so if you're working outside and you don't want to fly all the way inside to grab something, you can come here, go to the large storage container, and grab and pull whatever you like. And I also have a bunch of stuff in here. That way, if I'm ever working on a project that requires something, I'll have a surplus, and I usually copy these stations into whatever I'm working on, so I'll have all that with me. Anyway, let's go ahead and fly inside of the station. That's about all the new stuff for the outside. And we can go through this nice little airlock here, and close off that door, go inside. And of course, we still have our marker. And I've renamed this room basically to the temple, since now I can name lights. I've actually named the lights, and I have some nice lights up there, and I also have a beacon that is just named the Sage Station, and that's pretty nice. It's turned off, and it'll probably stay off, but if you ever need a beacon, voila, there you go, it's everything set up. And then, of course, to prove that lights are indeed all named, you can see here, if I scroll down, you can see L underscore means light, and I have named them all. And they're not exactly sorted because it doesn't appear that this thing is auto-sorting by name or alphabet or anything. Anyway, that's it. That's the only thing new in this room. The lights up there and that beacon. Let's go ahead and head downstairs now, through this little shaft here. Head down to, there we go. And now we actually have a door in here that leads to what I've basically turned into the living area. This station's designed to be manned by like one person, pretty much. It's just a listening station, or sort of like a guard post, but doesn't have any real weapons on the outside of it. But I got my nice little bed stuck in here, custom model, link in the description if you want to download these things. A little work desk for whoever's working here, and then another storage container. That way, if you want to pull stuff up from that huge storage area, you can easily just do so. Okay, let's carry on down this way now. This will lead us down to the other floors. First floor down is basically the work area. Nice blue lights again. We got, instead of the storage containers that I had here before, now we've got two nice little work desks. The idea being maybe I'll actually make a more industrial work desk in the future, which would look sort of like something you'd leave parts on while you're fiddling about. We have our refinery here, the pipes leading up to that large, or that small storage container up there. And then we have our assembler right here, and they're not actually directly linked left to right. If we fly down one more floor, or half a floor really, we have this little crawl space where we have the pipes that were going up and down, coming down, hooking into all this, and hooking the two of those, the refinery and the assembler, together. And then of course we have our gravity generator right in the dead center of the station. Oop, and let's just carry on down to the next floor. So from there we carry on to this room, and this is basically the medical area. Again, these are sort of just placeholder models for the idea where I'd like to actually have more of a proper medical bed set up here, and maybe like a medical monitoring station, just a different type of control panel here. I do also have some cryo pods that I think I would actually keep in here. These are the idea that if somebody's too badly wounded, they go in there, or maybe this station is crewed by 4 people, but they go shifts of 1 person at a time, and in a state of emergency, then they'd wake everybody up. Also, I've noticed that these respawn rooms have these hatches on them. Now currently they don't seem to have any purpose. They don't need supplies to respawn people. Maybe it's a possibility in the future they will or something. So I've gone ahead, and here's the pipe coming down from above. I've gone ahead and stuck it under, so it actually links up with the door, that like that one on the bottom. So just in case those things ever need anything, that should be future-proof just a bit. So let's carry on down to the next floor. I say floor, it's just an open area now. And you can see this is actually, well, if we carry on down, it's a little hard to see here. Here's our nuclear reactor. We just have a single large nuclear reactor. I have about 30 in there, so if I copy this into a survival world, or copy this into a world and set it to survival, it should still run for a pretty long time. I got some nice orange lights here to make it sort of like the crawl space area we were in earlier. It's all pretty nice, and here we go, we got our conveyors all set up. And this is that large storage container I've been accessing off and on throughout this whole video. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. Below that is actually basically a cross junction where we have a single conveyor block like this with setups basically like this, where we have the pipe coming out leading to, I think it's just those connectors that we saw on the outside of the station. So that's it. That's pretty much everything. I'll fly back up and just give you a small breeze of the floors as I float upwards gently. And so there you go. That's my Sage Station reworked. I'm actually thinking I'll put this one up on the Steam Workshop so you can download it, run around if you like, or even use it in some of your worlds. Just if you do kindly go ahead and credit me. That's all I asked about that. And so yeah, there you go. This is my Sage Station. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you next time.